know who it is on the beat. Astro ID.
Yep.
Check out his SoundCloud.
The in-house production.
All right. Welcome to episode 6. We got a lot on the docket today. Jay, anything you want to start with?
I mean, I was just thinking. I was talking with our producer JJ. Shouts out. He's a legend. 6 weeks.
6 weeks in.
It's been flying by. I think people maybe expected us. I say it every week. People expect us to fall off, but we're
we
steady.
keep coming.
We're coming every week. Yeah,
we absolutely keep coming. I want to let the fans know that we are now on Spotify. We're expanding that platform. We're growing. We're expanding week in, week out. Follow the No Vest page on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube. Share us on YouTube. Comment on our Instagram. Comment on our YouTube. Just blow us up on, all the socials. Show us some love. And yeah, we're really just kind of getting this thing started.
This week, I want to hear what people think about Jack's facial hair situation.
Oh, man.
It's looking pretty nice. We want to know what the fans think. Is that a go? I think that's a go.
We're going to maybe have to take a poll.
Yeah, we might have to. I don't know. I'm indifferent right now. You might sell me on it.
We'll see. We'll see what the people. It's a little filthy.
Go to YouTube for the visual. You got to go to YouTube for the visual.
Absolutely.
For you audio listeners, Jack has a we'll call it a half goatee. He's going the top down. He's going goatee with the top down, if you can imagine that.
It's a bold play. Like, I don't even know how I feel about it, let alone how other people feel. So, no disrespect. If you don't like it, I might even side with you. I'm 50-50 on the whole thing. But Jay, I kind of want to start off with a hot segment because, we had a lot of people last week say that they liked the red flag segment. We got to keep that going. I think week in, week out. I don't know if every episode, we're gonna lead with it, but I think this week, we're gonna lead with our red flag of the week. So I'll let you go first. I think I went first last time. So Jay, what is your red flag of the week?
I think the red flag of the week. I was shuffling through the index. I saw a few. This one, it was given to me a long time ago from my main man, Keith. Shouts out to Keith if he's listening. He'll know. The junkie car. You can never trust with the junkie car. If they pick you up for a ride and they say, like, oh, hold on 1 second, let me, and they got to, now they're digging through the passenger seat. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink back to the back seat. It's a red flag, and it goes deeper.
Jay, I want to clarify. Are you saying the junky cars in the car itself is a bad car, so they're pulling up in a clunker? Or are you saying the McDonald's bags, the Diet Cokes, the car interior is dirty? Because I don't know where you're going with this.
I think it stretches to both. You usually don't see the clunkers with like a nice clean interior. Am I correct? Usually that's kind of a pair. They come together. Now, I would say it is a red flag. Say she does have a nice car, whatever it may be, just a non-clunker, and then you get in and it's junky. She's got it packed full of her closet, her garbage can, her makeup chest. She's, like I said, if you're digging through water bottles and Taco Bell wrappers in the bottom seat, it's a red flag one way or another.
No, so my take on that is, I think the where the waters are truly murky, Jay, is in the dirty car interior. Now, if they pick you up in a clunker, at least they got wheels. They're not flexing mom or dad's whip picking you up or whatnot. I think a lot of people our age, just to have a car is a good thing in itself. So I would, there's a little red flag there if they pull up in a clunker, but it is what it is. I think where the red flag lies. No, okay, we're not shaming the clunker. Okay. Just for the record, we're not. But I think cuz it's like, where are they spending time scrolling on TikTok, and they're not taking proper care of their car? the
Right.
interior.
Does the clunker got an oil change? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the check engine light just like a given on the clunker? And yeah, no, you're right. With the interior, if you can't just like quick clean up the interior, it's a red flag. I think.
I think that's a pretty good red flag, and I think our red flags tend to correspond. Some people that,
Usually,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think that people that fall into my red flag will probably have the same red flag that you just kind of shouted out. And to me, my red flag of the week is if the person has ever had like a tie-dye or like streak in their hair. To me, you got those waters are extra murky. Now, I want to clarify, because with the red flag of the week, I would say generally there aren't exceptions, but there is an exception, and the exception is if you're dyeing your hair for like a charity, or like somebody maybe has like a disease or something, and you're dyeing your hair, you're doing a weird haircut to support something on a more serious scale. I would say,
Right,
to
there's a
me, that's
story
an
behind
exception.
it.
But
Yeah.
if you're doing it just to do it, like if I ask you like what's up with the purple streak in your hair, and you're like, oh, I'm just doing it because thought I would mix it up, oh, I was feeling crazy, summer of 19, hot girl summer, whatever. That to me, Jay, is there a lifeguard on duty? I don't know. The waters are murky.
The waters are murky. Now, I'm all for people expressing whatever their personality through their hairstyles or their choice of dress. I'm cool with that, I guess. I think I know where like I can maybe swim in those waters is what I'm saying, but where it gets deep is the where one day you just wake up and it's like, whoa, you look, you just totally switched it up, and it's like you could tell that they were probably like going through something, and they were just like,
Some like quarter
I'm
life
just gonna,
crisis.
yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just die and like cut my hair all crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Where I kind of see what you're saying, but yeah, no, the streaks, the streaks, they're definitely it. There's an undercurrent, I think, in the streaks.
The undertow
wanna-
is dragging out to sea. If you see the red
Yeah.
streaks, I mean that's just a major red flag. I mean, there's no other way Otchi Jen can spell it out for you. You heard it here first, people. If you see the dirty car, you see the dirty interior, that's a heads up.
And you're right. I didn't even think about I'm seeing the combo now.
Yeah.
Of the streaks hair with the junky car.
See,
And
I would
yeah,
now,
it's
Jay.
just
Let me ask you
very,
this.
very
Let me ask you this. Let me put a little hypothetical out there for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather have someone pull up in a nice vehicle with a garbage interior, or a clunker but it's clean?
I think the clean clunker. I think the clean clunker, because when you say garbage interior, are you talking like
I'm talking like there's
Drip
the empty
feather.
water bottles, the plastic
yeah.
McDonald's wrappers, the
Yeah, no,
Diet Cokes.
that's way more of a red flag to me than the exterior of a car. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? If they somehow keep the clunker clean on the inside, and they maybe have an oil change, I feel like those are like base level.
So
Then I think that's better than the
so-
Taco Bell McDonald combo.
you heard it here first, ladies. Pull up on Jay Fish and IKEA. It does not matter as long as that interior is clean.
We don't clunk shame. We're not.
We're not clunk shaming. If you drive a Kia, good for you.
Fine.
So Jay, we had a little discussion last week, and we talked about what college university has the most, and I put it, guy or girl. So if a girl submitted a college, which guys are the most attractive, and if a guy submitted a college, obviously which guys are attractive, or excuse me, which women are attractive. So
or whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah,
We just wanted to figure out what you thought had,
what the streets were saying.
what the streets were saying. And we got a couple of messages. Someone said UCLA. And Jay, I'm gonna defer to you to this one because that's kind of in your neck of the woods out there in Cali.
Yeah, I've dabbled around the campuses a little bit. I think generally LA, you get such a melting pot of imports. I like to say of, you there a lot of times different languages are being spoken. Um, it's great weather, so they get to show off a plethora of summertime attire. Uh, UCLA is good, and I assumed that would be spoken up, in the ranks of some of the best. But to me, I don't think it's I don't think it's the best.
I wouldn't say it's the best either, Jay. And I think part of that is just and I have this theory. And this is kind of off the college train, but this is a theory of mine. And if they come from a beach, they're generally miserable. And now what I say with that is if they're born and raised, on the coast of Cali or, maybe like the Florida Keys or whatever, if they come from a beach, they're generally miserable because it's hard to go from, LA or whatever, and then, okay, now you're going to come to, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, or Des Moines, Iowa, or, one of these Midwest cities. Oh, you're going to come to, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's a tough transition, and you see those people, and you're like, where are you from? And they're like, oh, I'm from, the coast, and you're like, well, that's why you're so miserable to be around, is because you had this awesome setup, and then you came, it's easier to come from like,
it's a hard sell.
It's a hard sell. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know if we really want to dive into that quite.
Yeah, that's maybe for another episode.
But we did have a female submit who she thought the best guys went to Colorado College. And she said it's a mix of the outdoorsmen, as in the snowboarders, the rock climbers, just, your typical outdoors guys. She said they stay in pretty good shape.
Now, before we go, are we talking like Colorado, like university bolt, like, what I'm saying, or Colorado College? Because that seems oddly specific. If I'm, what I'm saying.
Well, this person happens to go to the university that they put, and now I don't know if we can even consider that a valid submission. Because right. I feel like it's biased. I feel like maybe you have to choose another college. But her reasoning...
Did she go there for that, though? So then maybe she did her research and she found out that was...
Maybe she did the tour. Maybe she did the tour and she was like, okay, I saw some good-looking guys. Maybe I want to go to... I'm not going to speak for her. I think maybe we'll get...
rule out the submission.
We're going to maybe get her on the podcast and have her explain for herself. Because, Jalen, I can only talk so much about this college, Colorado right. College, excuse me, and how good looking the gentlemen there are. But I've heard some other people talk in ASU, and I wanted to clarify because I've heard that, and Otchi doesn't approve. He doesn't like it. And
you're not buying into the ASU hype.
No, I'm not buying into the ASU hype, and here's why, Jay. Here's why I'm not doing it. It's because we're talking per capita. Right? We're talking college universities per capita. And when you look at it from a per capita standpoint, ASU is such a massive university. It has like 80,000 students. Literally, so they have two campuses. And so, yeah, we see the Instagram hotties from ASU. We see them. But that's just such a small fraction of their overall student body. It's so overhyped.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean... I've spent a little bit of time in the Tempe area. I've dabbled on Old Town Road in Scottsdale. And I'll say that when you brought up this question last week, that is the light bulb that clicked. I immediately thought Arizona State. So I'm kind of shocked to think that you're refuting it.
But when I brought up the per capita argument, are you now reconsidering your horrendously bad choice?
I mean, you could say that about, any of the bigger schools, UCLA. I don't know I didn't do the number check. I didn't fact check anything I just went from XP, like I was on from ground field experience.
Yeah.
What do I know? And
Jalen's in the field. It's 1st and 10.
I've spent a little bit of time in Boulder, so that's why I was questioning the college versus Colorado University. And then like I said, I've spent a little bit of time in the Tempe area as well as LA. So out of those, I would say it's Arizona State, no question.
So I'll just give you the answer because I think
what do you? I mean,
we've spent enough time on this segment. I think people found it enjoying. I hope, but I'll just give you the answer straight up. And the answer is per capita, hottest women at any university is Dayton, Ohio. The Flyers. It just is.
I've heard that argument.
They have a small enrollment, and now here's the reasoning behind it. And some people have refuted my evidence, for years. And I've literally been saying this for years, because I haven't been on the Dayton campus per se, but I know about, I would say, 40 people that went to Dayton.
Yeah, Dayton or Milwaukee area rather, is a Dayton hotbed, you could say.
Well, no, where the hotbed area actually comes from is Chicago. So all the attractive girls from Chicago go to Dayton, and the reason being is that Northwestern's too tough to get into. Champaign, Illinois, the Fighting Illini, it's too expensive. It's one of the most expensive public colleges in the country. So they're left with the choices of Marquette or Dayton, in the region, to go to like these private schools that, aren't crazy standards. So, some of the less attractive ones, maybe they go to Marquette, whatever. But a lot of the cute ones actually, they go to Dayton.
Yeah, you draw up a great argument, and whereas I go from straight experience, you go from a straight
analytical
research analytical standpoint.
I'm an analytical guy, Jay.
I mean, we've seen Moneyball. It works. We saw the Rockets
Moneyball
get pretty far. with their 3-point no center technique. Yeah, people run the analytics, and it works sometimes. So I'm not gonna discount your research.
So people, what you heard was we came to a conclusion. It's Dayton, Ohio per capita. If you want to get on air and you want to argue that, we're welcome. You want to shoot us a message and say, I want to come on and I want to explain my analytical approach or my field experience and tell you who's got the most attractive people, whether it's guys or girls. We'll hear you out. But people, I'm telling you, I'm pretty far into the Dayton. I think it's going to be hard for me to back down from that argument. But Jay, I want to get into so transitioning off the college universities, which I think we beat that drum pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to kind of tell a story. And I know what people are thinking. It's story time. I know Fast Jack's going to do it.
Here we go.
Here we go. And not every story lands, but I'm just going to keep telling them. And so this last week, I was at a super busy intersection. And there was this car in front of me. And we were at this red light. We were in the left-hand turn lane, so, we're going to get an arrow to turn left. And there's this homeless guy on the corner, and he's doing his homeless thing. He's panhandling, and, he's walking up and down asking people for money. Now, the car in front of me does not flag him down, doesn't roll down the window, nothing like that. Well, I'm about 5 cars deep, and the car in front of me is 4 cars deep. And the arrow goes green, and then this person rolls down the window. We've been at this light for 2 minutes, rolls down the window, flags down the homeless guy. And the homeless guy is not that far. My immediate thought was, oh, he's not that far. But then he starts doing the homeless man walk. And the homeless man walk, if you know what I'm talking about, it's not a fast walk. They're not walking at a 13 to 15 minute clip per. So, he's taking his time, and I got like 5-6 cars behind me. So I'm like, do I beep? Because it's such a long light, we're gonna miss the light. All of us are gonna miss the light, And I'm that car right behind. So I'm thinking, what do I do here, Jay? Do I beep? Do I support? Because you look. Let's just be real. You look like an asshole beeping at a person giving a homeless man money. But I had to do it. I did it. Yeah. I gave the little beep. I gave the little beep. I gave like the, hey, like, are we really doing this? Is this really happening? And then I gave the like more aggressive beep, like, don't ever do that again. Like, I don't care if you handed the man $100 bill. You wasted 5 minutes of my day, and quite frankly, 5 minutes of however many people were behind me.
That would have made it to the light. Yeah.
I think it was my responsibility because I was the car directly behind him. I think had I been 2 or 3 cars beep, maybe I like just tap my horn, let the guy in front of me know to let the guy in front of him know, so it just goes up the chain. There wasn't much beeping going on behind me, but I had to do it, Jay. I had. Where are we going at this, Jay?
Yeah, that's tough. Because you get into a lot of questions here. Like you said, the first thing, are you against the guy giving him money? And obviously the answer to that is no. It's like, yeah, if you want to give the guy money, go ahead. I kind of feel the car in front of you. I feel his situation because you don't want to do it too early. Like, if you are going to give the guy money, you don't want to like get to the light and then you hand it to him and now he's like wants to have a conversation with you, or like maybe it creates an awkward situation. So I can understand his thought of, let's try to time this out.
But Jay, is the timing proper to wait until the arrow goes green and then you flag him down?
I think you need to be a little more seasoned and know, like, okay, like I just saw that yellow hit red. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm getting my arrow. He needs to probably do it at the yellow of the cross. That would make most sense in my mind.
It was brutal to be a part of. I was very, very angry about the whole situation.
Did you make it through the light or no?
No, because I was also, so I know what people are thinking.
Did he?
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Oh, see,
he did not.
Yeah. Then he 100% he fucked up. He deserved to get beeped at.
And then so I couldn't go around him and then in front of him. I thought about it, but I was already, we were so close to light that we were boxed in by people that weren't turning left. It was just tough because I had to process, is beeping right here? Am I in the wrong? It was kind of like good versus evil. I was unsure where I stood on the moral bounds of this story, but I felt I played it right. And I honestly thought maybe the guy in front of me, obviously played it wrong.
I agree.
And I think one of the things is, if you're going to give money to a homeless guy like that, you got to account for his lack of speed when it comes to walking. If he's 25 feet away, one of the benefits of homeless people is you can always outwalk them. We all know it. If they're harassing you, you just pick up your pace ever so slightly, and they can't keep up with you. They
give up really fast. They're just like, oh man, that guy's quick.
He's so fast. He's walking at a general pace. Imagine if homeless people could walk as fast as you. It would be a scary place out there, especially at night. Now during the day it's all good, but at night, man, you're at the gas station, you're filling up your tank, or you're just grabbing some chips or something, and guy goes, hey, let me get some money. You just pick up your speed for like, even just 30 seconds and let you go. Imagine if they could walk at your speed. It'd be Jay. I don't know if I want to raise a kid. I don't know if I want to raise a kid in that environment.
No, that's some comedian needs to that's a funny sketch, or just the athletic homeless guy. You just can't get away from them.
No,
they're gonna chase you like at your corner. You think you can just make that, like in your situation, the guy, he would have chased him all the way on the freeway if he was at like you said, if they pass me, like say maybe I'm fumbling for find some coins, but they already walked past me, I'm not gonna roll my window, hey buddy, up here, and so then they have to turn around and walk up towards me because I know, like you said, they're gonna take their sweet time. I'm probably gonna miss the light, and then it's gonna be even more of an awkward situation. I can't imagine that guy. When you told me that he missed the light, imagine that he waited. He sat 2 lights with that guy. He basically knows him.
It's one thing if you don't care about your time. Like if you want to sit the light all day and grab a cup of tea with this homeless guy, be my guest, whatever. But to waste everyone else behind you's time, that's ridiculous.
I agree.
And I think we we got to figure out how much are these homeless guys making, because I was running the analytics myself. How many stoplights, how many changes of lights are there in a given hour? Then you're making $2-3 every maybe light change. Those guys are making probably more than minimum wage. I'm guessing $10-12 an hour. I mean, but it is kind of hard work. You're walking back and forth, you're pacing, you're yelling at people, you're being the crazy. You got to put on the crazy homeless guy act.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big conspiracy theory. Maybe something for the future we get into. Maybe like a Patreon type thing. Me and you break down conspiracy theories, because I've heard a lot about homeless guys making a lot of money. At the end of the night, they're hopping in Range Rovers and driving to their nice house.
I don't know. I think
we can dive into it. We don't have to get into it now, but just know that that's out there.
I'm gonna have to read up on that. I would like to. I don't know about that. But our last little segment of episode 6, Jay, is what does that mean? And when I say what does that mean? I mean, you take someone's words and you process it down they're speaking in code. Now, when I say they're speaking code, I'm talking about parents when you introduce someone. Or your friends. People have certain sayings, Jay, but they aren't really what they're actually saying. They mean something else. And so what I'll start this segment with, which I hope people will then be able to pick up on kind of what I'm explaining, what I'm talking about, is when I say what does that mean, I'm talking about, say you bring someone to a cookout, or you introduce them to your family, your extended family, your friends, whatever, and a parent says, well, okay, I'll start with this. When they say she's really nice, to me, that is maybe the worst compliment someone can give. If they say she's really nice, it generally means that she's not. Now, I hate to break it down like this, but if they say she's really nice, it generally means she's not all that attractive. Because had she been attractive, they would have led with she's really cute, or man, she's good looking, or how did you land her, or something along those lines. But when they say she's really nice, when they go right to the personality, Jay, when they go to that personality,
I 100% agree with you. It doesn't mean anything good at it. And I think what it means is that nothing stuck out to them where they could say that, she did this, and we can, it's he or she. If the woman, it's all the same.
Yeah.
But if they just default to the nice, I think it's exactly that. They're just like, that's the default response. They obviously don't want to say they don't like them.
Yeah.
Because nothing bad probably happened, hopefully.
No.
But like you said, like their looks didn't stick out to them. They didn't necessarily say anything, to like show anything significant about them. So they just default to like, yep, she's nice.
She's nice.
Which means,
it's always
about her, or I don't really like her.
It's always like, sometimes, if a girl tries to set you up with her friend, they'll be like, oh, you'll really like Sarah. She's really nice. And it's like, well, the fact that you led with nice means, probably
she's
thinks
probably boring. Like,
she's probably, not all that. You didn't lead with like, she's really cute. You'd really be into her. Oh, let me show you a picture. You led with, she's nice. Now, are the waters murky there, Jay? What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah, I think it means. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're on track. There's not much to say about her, so we'll just go with she's nice because we have to say something. I think that's what that means.
They feel they can't say nothing. They feel obligated to say something.
Right, and they don't want to be negative, so they're just like, oh, she's nice.
Yeah, she's nice. She's nice.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you came up with one. I think when you say people will say something with an underlying meaning, a lot of times you'll hear a guy will say like, oh man, I could never date a girl that attractive, man. It's too much work. It's just too much work. To me, I think that could mean a lot of different things, but off the top, I just think it means he has no idea. He probably
No.
rarely experienced it or experienced a very small amount of it. And he just maybe he had like one hookup with a nice looking girl where he can just say that like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I would never date her because, it's just too much work."
The too much
And in
work.
reality, he doesn't really know.
No,
Would
the,
you
the
agree?
the too much work it's a good shield. It's a great shield. Oh, like
Right.
I would totally like
Yeah.
she's such a smoke. I totally would, man. But just the work, the sheer amount of time, money,
In
it's
reality, he
like
never had a shot,
no, he never had. He didn't even put his hat in the ring
No.
because there was no chance whatsoever. So you just throw the too much work.
Yeah,
It's
it just like you said, it goes deeper than the literal words. You break down what they're saying, and
yeah.
yeah, it may sound like, oh man, like I tried it, it was tough, it's too much work. I know. In reality, he's just kind of that's just like a card to play when
Hmm.
you've never been there, and you probably won't even have a shot.
Or when like a group of when one guy or two guys have like in a group of guys have like a girlfriend or whatever, a lot of the guys that are single I've noticed will throw out the whole like, god, like she's so annoying. It's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. Does she call you that much? Like, geez, man, that must suck. It's like,
like what does that mean?
what does that mean?
What
Yeah.
does that mean? And I think like the whole like friends being like, oh, she's so annoying, or like, gosh, so stupid. It's like, oh man, you're just not.
Yeah, you're dogging my chick because you don't have one, man. You're upset. You're like, of course you want to make my relationship suck because yours does. Probably it's probably a projection of like his
Hmm.
own girlfriend
No, but
or
like, and
lack.
that like when you say like, oh, she's nice. I mean that is a red flag, but I think that's only a red flag like the first time someone meets someone. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
she's
first
nice. So if
impression.
that's a first impression, second or third time, if they're like, oh, she's nice, it's like, oh, they genuinely like that person's personality. But that initial first get, Jay, I don't
Yeah,
want to hear the word nice. I don't want to hear the word cool. I don't want to hear like even like, I mean, smart can, that's fine maybe, but the whole like cool or nice or whatever like that is
yeah.
just
It's
that's a
a
no fly
basic
zone, Jay.
check.
It's an absolute no fly zone.
Yeah, yeah. That was a quick circle back to that first one. We're gonna need more. What are some sayings that we're asking the people this now?
Yeah,
What are some sayings that what do they mean? People mean something a little bit different than what they're saying.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, Jay, I want to talk about episode 7 that'll be airing not this Thursday but next Thursday. I want to bring up this topic for our listeners because I think it's important, and
Plant the
I've been
seed, if you will.
I've been pondering this question here for a while, and I think this is a deeper one, but I think we got to get into this. Is would you? This is a hypothetical. Well, it's actually not hypothetical. It's just a general question. Would you rather have a ton of people be okay with you, or some people really like you and some people really hate you? And we're gonna save that question for episode 7. We're gonna absolutely get into it because I think it's important. I think too many people are just kind of, going through the motions of like, oh, I just need everyone to like me or everyone to be okay with me or think semi positively. People are so scared to put themselves out there and scared that they're gonna get rejected or canceled. And I think Jay, you and we're doing it right now. I mean, we're kind of putting
Right.
ourselves out there. We're subject to scrutiny or people being like, oh, look, they're doing a podcast, whatever. Um, but I think it's important to just have some people really like you and some people maybe really not like you. I think if you stay in that middle ground, you're just gonna drive yourself kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I won't say too much. We'll get into it next week, but I agree. Living in that middle area, that gray area, it's not good. It's not a good way to live,
The
I
waters
think.
are murky. They're
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
murky.
the gray murky area, we'll call it.
But I want to
living
say, thank you everyone for listening this far. Or continuing to listen. Our Spotify. We brought up the numbers. We had a ton of listens this last week. First week on Spotify. That's only gonna grow. Our YouTube page. Subscribe, comment, and let us know also on Instagram. We're just two guys just shooting it out there. Message us, oh, this one was funny. Oh, I didn't like this one. Let us know what's working, what's not working. I mean, we're here for a long time and a good time. And, we can only make it with the people's feedback of what's working and what's not. Because no vest is going nowhere anytime soon. We're here to stay, baby.
Yeah, we listen to all constructive criticism. We got a little bit of we got a lashback. What's backlash?
Backlash. There you go.
There we go. We got a little bit of backlash on the audio this last week, so
yeah, we tuned it up.
We upgraded it. We got Jack on the nice studio mic.
Look at this thing swivel. I feel like I'm in Colin Cowherd's studio right now.
Yeah, we're investing in our growth. All the earnings, that we're making, we're just investing it back into our growth.
Absolutely.
Apple coming soon. We got a team. We're in talks with Tim Cook and those guys. We're going to be on the Apple platform soon. We already worked out the Spotify deal.
And to our brand ambassadors out there, I mean, you guys are out there every day living the no vest lifestyle. No vester since day one. Share with a friend, share with some family if you think it's funny. I honestly think that this podcast, in theory, Jay, I didn't know if it was going to be appropriate for everyone, but I'd say, we've kept it, fairly PG-13 this far.
Yeah, and I'm not I think we said it in the beginning, it's all jokes. We're not here to ruffle anyone's feathers. So
absolutely.
If you get butthurt, that's kind of on you. That's not on us. But yeah, I think the fastest way for us to get out there is word of mouth, people spreading it. I could buy YouTube promotion and Instagram page, whatever, but I think people just, seeing it and telling their friends is going to be the best for us. So, share it with your friends.
We plan on maybe getting a guest on here in the next couple weeks. So, watch out. We're not going to tip our hat to anybody yet, but we got some stuff cooking. And
when when you find out, it'll be big.
Hashtag NVP No Vest Podcast. Thanks for rocking with us, episode 6, and we'll be back next week, same time. Thank you.
Peace.
No vests.
Astro ID.
Astro ID.
Astro ID.